How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 12 of the Alex Bromwich Presents podcast. Maybe we can call it a vlog now because I've been doing it on YouTube so much and a lot of you seem to like it on there as well. So that's great. Today I want to have a very brief one because I got a pack for my trip coming up and that inspired me for the topic for today, which is jet lag. Now, I talked about this a little bit with my 10 essentials travel items because for me, managing jet lag is a really big thing. If I'm traveling overseas, over to Europe, Middle East, Asia, it's a long time, it's multiple hours of traveling, you're losing a night, and then jet lag can become a real concern with doing that. So what I want to do is tell you a little bit about how I try to manage my jet lag. And I think there are two main ways to manage jet lag. One way is to basically completely ignore it, and you can go about just doing what you normally do, enjoy yourself, have a few drinks at the airport, have a few drinks on the flight, eat all the food that's available, watch movies, try and sleep, maybe not sleep, drink coffee when it's offered, get to the hotel, go out for a big dinner, do all that. And that's what some people do and it works for them. I have to say, I'm not one of those people. It doesn't work for me, so I follow method number 2. And method number 2 is to try and be even more healthy than you normally are. And whilst I haven't always followed this and it's really been a newer journey for me to be able to do it, I find that whenever I follow this and when I do this and be more healthy than I possibly can when on my flight, then I find everything goes much smoother for me for the whole trip. So not only do I feel better when I get off the plane, not only do I actually manage to get some sleep on the plane, am I more productive when I land, but I synchronize into the local time zone quicker. And so what I try to do is, firstly, I stay very hydrated. So hydration is key. You really want to make sure that you're drinking plenty of water, and you also want that water to be good quality water as well, as I talked about very much in the Travel Essentials. And I think we'll have an episode just about hydrating when you travel, because I've got a lot of things that I should have probably brought with me already to show you and say what it is that I do. The other thing is make sure that you've got your vitamins and minerals up. I have to take a multivitamin every day. That's what my doctor has prescribed me. I also have a stack of supplements that I take because that's what she's got me on as well, which is awesome, and it all seems to help me be able to function much better. So water, vitamins, eat plenty of food. Don't eat the bread rolls, don't eat the pasta, don't eat too much potatoes, don't eat a lot of starchy food that's going to absorb water away from your system and require your system to have much more water to digest. Protein will dry you out as well, but with the water that you're going to be taking in because you're hydrating, it's going to be much easier and you're not going to get as clogged up and bloated and just than you would do normally than if you're just eating a very high carb diet, right? So get rid of all those carbs, get rid of the alcohol, don't even think about the alcohol. Coffee is fine when it's morning where you're going to. When it's morning when you're going to, not morning where you've come from. Because remember, what we're really going to try and do to help us manage our jet lag is as soon as we step on that plane, the time is going to be where it is, where we're going to. So if it's the middle of the night, we want to be going to sleep. If you can skip the meal on the plane and go straight to sleep, that's what I recommend you do. I don't sleep very well on planes at all. In fact, it's something that I really struggle with. So I don't really bother doing that. In fact, usually what I do is I plan and I work all the way through the flight because I can't sleep on flights. So that's how it goes. So then you're on your flight. Remember I said in my Travel Essentials video, change your clothes. This is an example of one of the merino wool t-shirts that I actually wear. This is an Icebreakers merino wool t-shirt. Super warm, super comfortable. Doesn't smell because it's merino wool, very key for when you're traveling. You don't want to be the stinky guy on the plane, right? And I'm also wearing a pair of just basic Hollister sweatpants, which are the ones that I usually take with me on the flight as well. I get changed into that when I want to try and sleep or if I want to be more comfortable. I also tend to take a pair of plain shoes, which are usually a pair of like hotel slippers where you get those really thin hotel slippers. I usually try and keep a pair of those in a plastic bag in my backpack, and then I'll slip those on when I get on the flight, so then I don't have to worry about putting my shoes on and off. I don't have to worry about walking around in my socks or even barefoot, which just, I've never done it, but it sounds disgusting, so I wouldn't really want to do it either. Then as you're hydrating, make sure your clocks and everything is set over. If you're anything like me, you have all digital. I've got my Garmin, so it syncs to my phone as soon as I land and everything switches over for me automatically. Then when I get to the hotel, what I like to do first is I like to, if I have time, if I get to the hotel, or if I'm going to the office, I can't do this, but going straight to the hotel, the first thing I'll do is I'll go to the gym. So I'll go to the gym and I'll try and lift some weights, maybe not go crazy. If they have a pool, I'll go for a quick swim. I don't really like to do a lot of cardio when I do that because I find I'm quite low on energy anyway. But usually lifting a bit of weights or doing a swim really sort of gets the system up and going. If they have a spa and it's reasonably priced, I'll usually book myself a full body massage as well, which I find really helps to just, get those aches and pains and, the stiffness of being the seat out. That's a bit of a luxury, but it really makes a difference to me. So I really enjoy to do that. Then the other thing that I like to do is make sure that I eat a lot of fruit. Even though I don't eat a lot of fruit in my regular diet because I'm trying to keep my carbs lower, when I'm traveling, I deliberately eat much more fruit than I do. So I will buy bananas, apples, anything, and I will eat as much fruit as I can during that travel period, and particularly the breakfast, with the first day that I'm there, because I find that helps my system just stay hydrated, not get dehydrated. It's plenty of fibre, so it keeps me, all nice and smooth and everything, you know what I mean, and everything's good. So those are the little things that I like to do and make sure of when I'm traveling in order to manage my jet lag. What are the things that you like to do that help you with your jet lag? Do you like to adopt the first approach where you're just enjoying yourself and it's like you're on a vacation? Or do you like to take more towards the approach that I do? Comment below in the sections. Please subscribe, like us, give us a thumbs up on YouTube, and let me know what you think, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow.